Welcome back. Student mental health and well-being is a top priority for institutions, and Texas A&M University is making access just a bunch easier through a mental health button. Joining us this morning is Dr. Jocelyn Widmer, Texas A&M Assistant Dean for Digital Learning in the College of Arts and Sciences, and Ellie Richter, Texas A&M Student Vice President of Academic Affairs. Good morning, guys. Thank you for being with us. This is such an important topic, and we are learning that student depression now is at an all-time high. So you're a student, you're going through it all. I'm sure other students and parents that are watching are like, I know what's happening. Why do you think that, students are receiving more mental health services at this point?
I think it's because we're continually adding more technology into the way that we educate. And as we do that, we need to scale the response for mental health. That may be a repercussion of integrating it more into the way that we educate.
And what about even like Zoom classes, right? And kind of like that pullback a little bit, especially when COVID hit, of that connection, of having that direct connection. How has that affected you and your experience?
Well, we're fully back to in-person classes, and so I think for the most part, it's as it was meant to be. I came to college knowing that I would be in person, experiencing a little bit on Zoom, but we have that back-to-back in-person interaction, so that's been great.
So it's been much better. Okay, Doctor, so tell us about this program, Canvas, and how Texas A&M uses it to kind of keep students connected.
Canvas is our learning management system where the majority of students have classes. So they've got a face-to-face component, but they also go to Canvas to communicate with their instructor and submit assignments, take tests, and those sorts of activities.
How does it connect students to mental health resources? How are they just able to go in there and maybe sign up or check?
Well, at A&M we designed a button, which was Ellie's idea, and we integrated a button where students can click on it from the home interface of Canvas and be able to access mental health resources from there. We've got kind of a two-prong approach to those resources.
Okay, so Ellie buried the lead here. That's awesome. Where did that idea come from, and how did it turn into just a button to push and ask for help?
Yeah. I think we're always looking for ways that we can really address the needs that students have with such a large population of students at our university. We have 75,000. So Canvas really was the obvious format. It was the obvious place to put such an accessible resource, which needs to be easily accessible.
It's where students spend all their time. That was what Ellie came to me with, is where we spend all of our time.
Right.
Yeah. And so I approached Jocelyn and I said, we have this need and we have this great platform, but how do we integrate them? And that's when we came up with the idea of a button and designed it and then launched it, and have seen great success since.
Have you seen a response? Have you seen kind of an increase in students pushing that button?
Yeah, in our first about 3 months of launching the button, we saw about 20,000 unique student clicks at A&M, and about 12 to 13% of those at any given time are from within an academic activity. So students are in the grade book, or they're in an assignment, or they're going through content, and they're realizing they need mental health resources, so they're able to bounce to that button, which has been cool.
So Ellie, kind of describe exactly what it is. You're in the Canvas section for your different assignments, and if you're having a hard time, if you need to reach out, there's a button somewhere on the screen. It's just visible. They can go there and click it.
Yes, so on the sidebar on the left, there's resources that you can access. So you can access your different course materials, but at the bottom, there's consistently this mental health button. So wherever I am on Canvas, I can still navigate to the mental health button, click it, and then easily access those resources and get immediate help if somebody is in crisis.
Yeah, and people shouldn't be worried or scared about pushing that button and asking for help. Everybody needs help sometimes, right?
Of course, and I think one special thing about my generation particularly is that we really have destigmatized mental health, and we advocate for each other. So I think this is a great example of that, and it's been encouraging to see the response.
That's incredible. Thank you guys so much for being here this morning and telling us about this incredible help button that people can push. Is there a website where they can learn more, Texas A&M University's website?
Yes, through the counseling counseling and psychological services. And just a quick teaser. So Ellie was able to connect with her colleagues at Auburn, and they've just launched one as well. So throughout the SEC, we're starting to see this infiltration.
goodness.
And I was actually at Auburn for the launch of the button 2 weeks ago. And it's just cool. You know, you look at like 100,000 students across the SEC now have access to these resources. And
Right.
it's really a game changer.
I love it. At the click of a button. Ellie, thank you. Dr. Jocelyn, thank you guys for being here with us and sharing this incredible news.